This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, TRICAP receives accreditation for high-quality home visiting services. A Jasper man is arrested for a theft of $100,000 worth of parts from his employer. And St. Meinrad monks produce peanut butter known as Peanut Brother. And Carrie Schneider talks with the Dubois County Humane Society. Kurt Guxell joins us with a look at sports, followed by WJTS Informed. Tonight, Terry Hollenden and Sydney Hoffman join us to talk about Girl Scout cookie season. All this and more coming up on the 18 WJTS News. Good evening, I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. The investigation of the theft of $100,000 worth of items from a Jasper manufacturing company over a nearly 6-month period this past year ended with the Monday afternoon arrest of a Jasper man on felony charges. On Friday of last week, the Jasper Police Department was notified by Kimball Electronics of an internal theft by an employee. They say the incidents occurred from July through December of last year. Arrested and being held in the case is 36-year-old Chad Farley of Jasper. Upon further investigation from the Jasper Police Department, the Dubois County Sheriff's Department, and the Dubois County Prosecutor's Office, all items allegedly taken by Farley were located and recovered. Authorities say some specific items are currently being inventoried and that Kimball Electronics officials estimated the value of the stolen items at $100,000. Farley was taken into custody just before 3 p.m. yesterday and booked into the Dubois County Security Center on a level 5 felony count of theft. The count of charges goes up. A Huntingburg woman already jailed on charges of drug possession and identity deception now faces more than 30 felony counts after an ongoing police investigation that was launched after her initial arrest at a Jasper hotel more than a week ago. Last Monday, January 28th, officers with the Jasper Police Department and deputies with the Dubois County Sheriff's Department responded to the report of a possible drug activity at the Super 8 motel that eventually led to the arrest of 34-year-old Twana Knable of Huntingburg, after both departments received a tip about drug activity occurring at a room at the hotel. A search warrant was allowed and officers went into the hotel room. During the search, documents and IDs containing personal information of another individual were found and believed to have been stolen by Knable. Also found was an identification containing the stolen information but with Knable's photograph. Knable admitted to fraudulently obtaining an ID. Knable was placed under arrest for possession of methamphetamines and identity deception. Police say at the time of Knable's original arrest last week that their investigation was ongoing with the possibility of additional charges, and that they would provide more details as soon as they became available. Well, that investigation has now led to a total of 32 level 6 felony counts against Knable, including 1 count of possession of methamphetamine, 3 counts of identity deception, and 3 counts of synthetic identity deception, also 13 counts of counterfeiting, and 12 counts of forgery. Police say their investigation is ongoing and that additional charges are likely against Knable once all victims have been contacted and evidence can be processed. Knable remains lodged in the Dubois County Security Center. A traffic stop just outside Lagodi this past weekend resulted in the arrest of a West Virginia man and a Knox County woman on drug-related charges. Just before 11:30 Sunday evening, the Martin County Sheriff's Department received a report of a reckless driver northbound on US 231 south of Lagodi. A Martin County Reserve deputy responded to the area where he located the vehicle and, after observing a moving violation, initiated a traffic stop. Soon after, 2 more deputies arrived to assist. The driver was identified as 41-year-old Paul Atkins of West Virginia and his passenger, Chelsea Dunbar of Bicknell. When asked, Atkins admitted to authorities there was marijuana in the vehicle. A narcotic-certified canine was brought in to conduct a free air sniff of the exterior of the vehicle, which provided a positive indication of the presence of narcotics. A search of the vehicle by deputies resulted in the discovery of 2 grams of meth and half a gram of heroin, along with marijuana and drug paraphernalia. Atkins and Dunbar were arrested and taken to the Martin County Security Center in Shoals, where they were booked without incident. Atkins is facing charges of possession of heroin, meth, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. Dunbar, that is, was charged with possession of marijuana. A Perry County man accused of causing the death of a Bristow teenager in a 2015 crash near St. Mildred was acquitted last week for the more serious of 2 charges facing him. 30-year-old Brock Smith was charged with a level 4 felony of causing death while operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of a controlled substance. A jury of 7 women and 5 men deliberated for about 3 hours before finding Smith not guilty of the felony. He was convicted of a lesser included offense allowed by the court over the prosecution objections of operating a vehicle with a controlled substance in his body. The Class C conviction carries a maximum jail sentence of 60 days. Police say Smith was driving on Bristow-St. Mildred Road the evening of June 1, 2015, when his car collided with a moped operated by 18-year-old Phoenix Donaldson of Bristow. Police say Smith had methamphetamine in his system at the time of the crash. The prosecution alleged Smith was late for work and speeding when his car struck the moped. The defense asked the jury to consider the totality of evidence the prosecution presented, including factors they said led to the accident. They said Donaldson was crossing the roadway while operating the moped on a dirt trail and failed to stop when reaching the end of a friend's driveway. Police said the teen was not wearing a helmet and died of head injuries. Prevent Child Abuse America recently announced that the local Healthy Families America affiliate, TRICAP, has been accredited as a provider of high-quality home visiting services to families who want to improve their child's health, nutrition, and developmental outcomes. Healthy Families America is a signature program of the Prevent Child Abuse America that has been providing home visit services for more than 20 years. Expectant and new parents have common questions about their child's development. Healthy Families America connects with families through community partners like hospitals and pediatricians to find the answers to their questions. Meeting within the familiarity and convenience of the family's own home, Healthy Families America is an accessible, voluntary, and well-received service. Dan Duffy, President and CEO of Prevent Child Abuse America, says, as parents, we all have questions from time to time. He says their professionals offer evidence-based best practices to provide answers to questions, individualized support when needed, and linkages to community services. He says they congratulate TRICAP as they also recognize the staff and community leadership that has contributed to success in the Jasper-Huntingburg-Ferdinand area. The accreditation process is based upon a stringent set of 12 critical elements grounded in more than 30 years of research. The process involves an in-depth examination of the site's operation, as well as the quality of the visits made by Healthy Families America home visitors. The site is located at 607 3rd Avenue in Jasper. This site services families residing throughout DuBois, Spencer, and Warwick counties. TRICAP Healthy Families served a total of 104 families, conducted 940 home visits, and provided 878 referrals for community resources in 2018. 65 assessments were conducted for the year as well. 157 physical and social emotional developmental screens were completed on 50 children. The news publishing company, publishers of the Perry County News, Spencer County Journal-Democrat, and Mount Vernon Democrat, announced this week that it will close its Tell City printing plant at the end of February. While several factors were cited in the decision to close the plant, including repair and maintenance costs on the 53-year-old press, along with continuing changes in the commercial printing industry, a substantial investment in the Shepherdsville, Kentucky plant paved the way for the transition. News Publishing Company produces 3 community newspapers, 3 shopper publications, a variety of special sections and niche publications, along with growing digital offerings. 6 employees will be impacted by the consolidation. The 2 buildings that currently house the press and mailroom operations in Tell City will eventually be available for sale. It is not unusual to find monks at work cooking, baking, or brewing. Monastic communities around the world create products ranging from fruitcake and cookies to cheese and beer. At St. Meinrad Archabbey, the Benedictine monks have accidentally begun making peanut butter. Brother Nathaniel Zidek, one of the project organizers, says it's really made by the Archabbey monks in St. Meinrad, and it is a full community effort. On a recent afternoon, 6 monks gathered in the monastery's dining room to work on a fresh batch of peanut butter. At any given time, up to 20 monks work as a team to make, jar, or label the peanut butter they call Peanut Brother. This community project began over a year ago with 3 monks who really liked peanut butter. They were looking for a healthier option than the commercial peanut butters that have added sugar and other ingredients. Father Thomas Gryzkowski suggested to Brother Nathaniel and Brother Colby Walanowski that they should try to make their own nut butter. The peanut butter is described as a mixture between chunky and smooth and not overly oily or sweet. The monks like it so much that they decided to put a couple of jars in the Archabbey gift shop to sell, and the project grew from there. Last fall, the monks prepared 1,300 jars of peanut butter or peanut brother to sell at the Ferd and Chris Kindlemark. Groups of monks worked together for 2-hour periods, telling stories and socializing. Brother Nathaniel says peanut butter has enough fans that the monks are experimenting with the honey peanut butter and an almond butter. A 1-pound jar of Peanut Brother can be purchased for $6.99 at the Archabbey gift shop or the Scholar shop, both locations on the grounds of the Archabbey. You can also buy it online at smagiftshop.com. That has been a look at your local news. Stay tuned. We'll have Carrie Schneider with the DuBois County Humane Society again this week. Then it's your local outlook and weather forecast for 18 WJTS. We're local people watching local people.